There we go. Hey, I got it working now. Can you hear me? Apparently, it doesn't like Apple products, and or my computer is old. One of the two. But I think we got it going now. Nice, good deal. Thank you. I just wanted to try and see if it would work. See if I could get it going live. Apparently, you have to have 1,000 subscribers before you can do it from your phone. Once you get 1,000 subscribers, you can just go live from your phone and um, like instantaneously, basically everywhere. So that'd be nice, but that'll be a while off for me. So, but my computer is almost 10 years old, so I'm actually surprised that it that it works. I told somebody in our group yesterday that I was going to have to link it to the internet with smoke signals, which is a couple steps behind the dial up when we all started out. So I'm glad you guys joined us and or joined me, and um, I just like I said, I wanted to get it going and just talk about carnivore. And I'm almost tired of talking about myself. I told my wife yesterday that it seems like all I do now is post pictures and video and talk about myself, and I'm like, I'm over that. Let's talk about somebody else. you know, I mean, it's a great journey. I'm thankful for everything that I've been blessed with and all the accomplishments because I've worked hard. There's no doubt about that. But um, it's just you can only talk about yourself so much, and you're like, I'm tired of hearing about me. So if it inspires and helps people to see that there's hope, because where I started was a horrible spot, and there's no doubt about that. But there's a lot of people that are in the same shape that I was in. So definitely want to start. Yeah, absolutely share some of the wisdom that I've gained and stuff. And I'm nowhere close to where you know, a lot of these folks are, but I have learned from some of the best, Larry and Cassie and um, Ken Berry and, Anthony Chafee and Sean Baker and Bart Kay and just a lot of those guys, man. I've really soaked that up for a long time. So I really enjoy learning that stuff and applying it, and then obviously, helping everybody in the group out. Um, I don't know, that's what it's all about, really. I mean, I wanted to get this YouTube thing going, and um, as another avenue, basically. Somebody asked, in the group, are you gonna do your own Facebook group thing? And I'm like, no, I have no intentions of doing that. I'm part of the Carnivore Quest family, and that's it for me. That's where I found what the answers, and we're all a big group. Nothing taken away from the group, it's adding to the group, in my opinion. The more we can do to help people and build the group, the better the group comes. This channel is just my way of getting content out and stuff like that. So, um, you know, that's kind of what this is. Just getting my content out. If I got videos, ideas, stuff to share, that gives me a way to do something kind of separate. But um, as far as the group wise, man, we got a great group. We got the best group out there. And I used to subscribe to a lot of the groups on Facebook to try to learn, grow. But man, some of the stuff you get into is just nasty out there. Some of the groups can be, pretty abundant. And I'm not calling anybody out by name or anything like that. But I just unsubscribed, and I'm only part of Carnivore Quest. So Carnivore Quest got a lot of good people. You're gonna attract a lot of the bad, and usually they end up filtering themselves out. For a long time, we never had to ban anybody or nothing like that. The people that came in and caused trouble found their own way out. And obviously over time as it grew, that changed. But overall, everybody's awesome, man. And I mean, it's ran by awesome people. All your admins and moderators, I mean, they're great people, every one of them. So Um, and it shows, man. The group's set up, you know, to do that. It's set up for people to come help each other out, share their experiences, vent sometimes, as long as it's not overboard and attacking and that kind of stuff. I mean, everybody's we're big proponents of free speech. Say what you want to say to a certain extent. And then you know somebody might argue with you or state their how they feel back to you, and then you move on, be friends, whatever. I mean, we're all adults. That's the big thing. So that's awesome. Um, yeah, Kim, I am doing the BBB triple B and E challenge. I have been doing the triple B and E challenge since last June. That's all I eat all the time. I never. I mean, I have slipped here and there over the last year a couple times, but every single day for the last 7 months, I've had eggs and a ribeye. Like I had bacon and eggs this morning for breakfast, which I normally don't have bacon, but maybe once a week. But yeah, I mean that's all I want these days. When I first started out carnivore, I would eat when I like the first 2 months, I ate 3 meals a day. I ate meat, drank water. Um, Anytime I got hungry, I ate. It didn't matter the time, anything like that. Just building that toughness up to eating just meat. So, um, and that's what I've heard all the experts recommend doing is just get used to eating like this and not so focused on the progress, the weight loss and stuff like that at first. Even though that's important, we're not saying that. Nobody's saying it's not, but just get used to eating just meat and start pushing all the other stuff out. Even if it happens slowly, pushing it out, push that stuff out over that first 2 months, and then start focusing in on, okay, well, how do I need to tweak this? Do I need to eat during these times, or do I need to eat this way, or just this BBB and E? But I mean, it's just I've tried 1 meal a day. I've done intermittent fasting along the way. I've done uh, high fat. I've done high protein. I've switched it up, and honestly, BB, triple B, and E, which really for me, like I said, is ribeyes and butter and eggs and salt. You know, just seems to be the sweet spot, and it works exactly how I need it to work. I mean, the progress it's showing for itself. I'm trying to read these comments too, so let's see. BB, yeah, I'm definitely BB challenge. Um, the bacon one, I loved bacon even before I started eating this way. I love bacon. Bacon for some reason just tastes so sweet, and most of it is cured with sugar, which really doesn't. It's not that it's going to harm you. If you're just eating, now some of it does have sugar cure, like sugar after it's been cured, like certain flavors and like certain way that it's processed and stuff. It can have sugar added past the curing phase of it. Um, but most all of it's cured in some way, shape, or form with some kind of sugar or whatever. To my understanding. But there's certain brands that people use that has sugar added to it, and you consume it, and it's going to affect you. For some reason, even just regular bacon, just from the butcher shop, it just tastes so sweet to me that I just don't like it a lot. But I mean, you know, there's lots of other stuff that could be a lot worse. But and it's the same, and it's kind of the same way that I don't really do a whole lot of sausage, um, just because of the binders and the fillers and stuff that they fix with it. You know, uh, I just don't I don't want anything other than just the meat. Just like I said, ribeye, like beef. The ribeye. What I do is I'll go to my butcher shop and I will get him to. I'll get a whole ribeye piece, chunk, rib roast, however, whatever you want to call it, and I'll get him to cut it up for me right out the gate. I won't trim the fat. I'll give them, pay for. I'll probably get 15 or between 15 and 20 ribeye steaks. I bring them home. I'll cook 4 or 5 at a time. I throw them in the oven. Ever since, matter of fact, the video that is the interview with me and Larry on Carnivore Quest channel, that was the first time that I ever had somebody reverse sear a steak for me. Up until that point, you can go back in the group at the pictures that I posted and see where I was doing everything on a grill, a charcoal grill. I'd use, flavored woods and whatnot, and I loved it. So when me and Larry did that interview, we met Cassie at the place where the butcher shop she was at, and got some steaks, and he reverse seared it, stuck it in the oven for 22 minutes on 225 degrees. After 22 minutes, you take it out, you throw it on the grill and brown it, and you're done. Dude, let me tell you, it was like that's. I haven't even used my charcoal grill. I still got charcoal out there beside the grill from where I just quit using it after I had it like that. That's the only way I do it. So, I mean, it's so dramatically different. So I'll do 4 or 5 at a time, and I'll have 4 or 5 days worth of meals depending on how hungry I am. And then on Sundays, Saturdays or Sundays, my wife will actually do my eggs for me, and she'll boil 10 or 15 eggs, maybe 18, whatever, however many she does, but 4 a day. And after she gets done boiling, I don't like just to eat a boiled egg because of the dryness of the yolk. For some reason, drives me nuts. So she'll take the yolks, and I love deviled eggs, but obviously I don't want the mayonnaise. So she'll take the yolks and mix in about a half a stick of butter, and then take hot water and just add a little bit to get the consistency that I want, or that we like, or that I like. Anyway, mix it up, the butter and the hot water, and then put it back in the eggs just like you would if you were fixing deviled eggs. Add salt to it, put it in a little container, and I've got 4 deviled eggs with hot water and butter and salt, and that's what I eat for my first meal. You don't get there are the recipes for the bacon grease mayo or whatever. I've never tried it. I heard it was good. People in the group talk about it. Maybe you want to try that. Every once in a while I'll get wild, and I've had her get crab meat and like bacon, and chop it up, add that stuff on top of the eggs, just for something a little bit different. So there's lots of little stuff. Now I've never, like I said, I haven't even ever done the butter bites that everybody loves. They might be great, but like I'm so simple, and it's so easy that I just stick with what works, and I literally just don't think about eating it that much. I do my steaks, and then she does my eggs for me, and I don't spend I don't think about what I'm going to eat, or anything else like that. So yeah, so y'all don't like the butter bites either. Some people love it, man. Like, I remember whenever I first tried Larry's got a video, and I can't remember which one it is, what number. It's around the 80 something range, 85. And I think it's the video where he talks about what he eats in a day or what he eats in a week. One of the 2 videos. Anyway, there's a clip where he shows how he takes butter and chops it up and puts in the freezer and freezes it, and it's like a little chunk, and he'll take it out and eat it. And I tried that, and it was great. So every once in a while I can do that, but I'll add butter to my ribeyes when I eat them, and salt. And I will use some a seasoning that we have here in South Carolina called Blaine's. And it's like a sugar free. It does have a little garlic in it, and stuff like that, but for some flavor. But I don't go overboard with that either. When I first started out, I would use some minced garlic, And every once in a while, I think I still have some in there. It's been a long time since I used the minced garlic. Um, but I just don't go over because I can tell for the first 5 months, I still used black pepper a lot. I would grind the black pepper, um, but after about 5 months, I started getting this joint pain again, and I couldn't figure out. I was like, "What in the world is going on?" And come to find out, I was reacting to the pepper. I was using too much black pepper, and I cut it out for a while. Now, I will, like I said, I will still use some even now. But if I eat too much of the black pepper, then then I'll start getting the joint pain again. Um, no, my daughter is working on getting carnivore. She's been trying to take some better steps and make some better decisions with doing carnivore, but for the most part, my family is not eating strict carnivore. Um, they eat the sad diet for the most part. Um, we're still working on now. My mom, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, and for the most part, my brother do eat carnivore. My brother is he does eat some fruit with his, but he's in such good shape. I don't even want to say he's in such good shape. It don't matter. I think it does matter, but he is to do what he wants to do. And he's retired from the military, a career in the military, and he's been in exceptional shape his whole life. Um, so he works out a lot too. So um, yeah, the white pepper. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that for sure. Yeah, but family's not. Yeah, but my mom, she st- she started carnivore. Oh, it's probably been 3 or 4 months ago. Now she was basically eating salads all the time, and so she started eating carnivore, and she will have like some Brussels sprouts some every once in a while or something like that. Um, she's she has her own little thing, but she's seen success with it too. She's lost some weight, and which she didn't have much to lose, but I was really wanting to see her get on it so that she could see if she could fix her thyroid because she's had Hashimoto. So, and I know that Nisha Berry has done away with a lot of the symptoms of that Hashimoto's thyroid issues by being on carnivore. So I'm happy to see that. And then I think I guess it's been about a month now since my brother and sister in law went on it. They joined the group. They're in the group, so they're doing really good. Um, sticking to it, seeing the benefits of it. Um, yeah. So let's see, what is it popping up? Accountability. Okay, so um, when I started in the beginning, like I said, and I've shared it a few. I haven't really shared my whole story. I told my wife last night. It's kind of like I feel like I've said the same thing in like 4 videos, but I'm kind of getting used to doing this because, as you guys have seen when I popped up on here trying to get it going, I hadn't figured out exactly how to make all the technology side of it work yet. But that's coming, and that's kind of why the videos are the way they are too. But um, so I was in a dark place whenever kind of just really stumbled onto Ken Berry and Larry and Cassie's channel in the beginning, and so I was hopeless and couldn't just. There's no way. I was at least 457 pounds, probably around 470, honestly, um, because by the time I could weigh or get a scale that could weigh me, that's I had started carnivore already. Um, but as far as accountability wise, it was the group. I started off literally in Carnivore Quest community on Facebook. There was like 200 or 300 people in there, and I stayed in the group every day. I mean, it's, it accountability, just getting close. Now, I mean, honestly, I told my wife this is what I'm gonna do, and I mean, not that she helped keep me on track as far as not eating potato chips in front of me and stuff like that. But I also, when it came, I even still do now. Sometimes whenever they eat, the smells of the foods that they eat, I'll walk outside and sit on the front porch, or just not be sitting there right in front of it. Um, but I mean, if at any point there was always food sitting out or in the house that was not carnivore that I could have got. But like I said, I tried to replace the thought of food and all that by spending my time focusing in on something else. Now, not necessarily replacing the addiction with the time spent somewhere else, but literally just doing like other stuff. Because if you're sitting around without something that engages you, you're going to be wondering, you're going to be bored, you're going to start thinking, and naturally the addiction is going to just be the overwhelming thing that you give into. So I talked to Larry a good bit on the phone after we got to know each other and stuff like that. So um, that was big accountability. And then like just talking in the group. The group was so small back then, and the active participants was that much smaller too, that the original people almost that we started out with, like, you get to know that. It's hard now because there's so many active in the group that I can't know everybody's backstories and where they started or remembered. I try. um but back then there was probably literally like 15, 20, 30 people that were every day in there, and you got to know their backstories, what they started from, what they're involved with right now, um, and so it was really accountable, an accountability thing for there, and that's kind of why I believe in my idea, why Larry wanted to kind of slow it down a little bit, um, around 4K, because it was getting to where it was losing that that small knit group accountability and becoming like so much bigger, which, I mean, growth is always good, but in a way it's kind of not, because you lose what made the group strong, in a sense, if that makes sense anyway. um but yeah, accountability is huge as far as the group. I mean, you can jump in there and make a post. I've seen a couple people that's been there here the whole time. I'm not going to call anybody's name, but somebody posts 2 or 3 times a week now, talking about, well, I slipped, or I'm doing this, but the same person. It's more of an accountability, talking to people or whatever. But yeah, influencing the family. Yeah, that's a big thing. Yeah, for me. I like to see them all do well, but at the same time, they got to get it for themselves too. You can't make anybody do it. You just show them the results and then try to help them. And there's other people in my family that's talked to me about doing this, and friends. I wait for them to come to me now, because at first I was like eager to jump over there and tell everybody and just say, explain what this cool thing was and just how it was so right. But I spent so much detail trying to get it right, and they weren't at the place where they wanted to get it. And if they're not where they want to make the change, then there's nothing you can do to convince them. So, but when they get it, whenever they see that results, and they see and they're like, man, I got to do something. That's when you invest the time, because they absolutely will. And it will make a difference. Everybody that goes on this way of eating and is committed to doing it, they will notice a difference. Not that it's going to be easy. It's just you can tell a difference. I'm so skeptical at any time somebody is like, yeah, I was strict BBBE, and I can't tell a difference at all. I'm like, what are you eating? you've been eating carnivore BBBE for 3 months strict, not one cheat, not one nothing, and you can't tell a difference in your body at all. I don't know that. I mean, everybody's different, but I don't know if I can buy into all that. Let's see. Oh yeah. Uh, Backs. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you, Harley. There's certain people. I learned not to accept criticism from anybody that I wouldn't respect their advice. That's honestly where I'm at. You know, people that want to criticize and tear down, that's not helpful. I mean, I don't need you criticizing me. Anybody who's been an addict to food and been had bad health and experiences with diets and stuff and overweight, most of the time we're our own hardest critic. And we're harder on ourselves because we failed so many times, or we've, you know, slipped and fell, and we went back, we made a plan and then went back on it to our old way of eating, or whatever. And we're hard enough on ourselves. We don't need somebody else to criticize us and tear us down. But it's as far as like that accountability, Harley, like you're talking about, it's not about controlling. It's definitely about accountability and helping me support. Tell me when I need to do right. Call me out if I'm making bad decisions, but you don't get to control me. Those are boundaries you got to set. And nobody has the right to control you. I mean, that's like I can share my experiences and explain what I feel like you guys should do or what I would do in that situation. But at the end of the day, if you want to go out and eat something that's off plan, you're an adult. You have to make that decision. I can't make it for you. I can only share what I would do and what brought me success. So, I mean, that's huge. Yeah, antidepressants, Kim. Yeah, you've been off from antidepressants now and been on for 30. That's awesome. That's good news. Yeah, I was for 3 years. I was ready to check out. Like it was not good, and just changing the way I eat, getting out and walking. That video, the first video here on YouTube that I posted last July, was literally It was July the second or third. Cassie and Larry, we all had the walking challenge, and I had not walked. I couldn't hardly walk, like I said in my video. I couldn't hardly take a shower without being out of breath, and so I wasn't walking, you know. And that video was one of the first days that I went outside and went walking for the challenge, and I was like, I don't have any motivation, but if I can do it, you can do it too. And just even thinking about where I was in right now almost tears me up a little bit just because I know where I was at and the desperate time of the situation I was in and how big of a change. And I know how much this works and I know how much dedication it takes to make it, to stay on it. But the benefits are just amazing. They will work. And it takes time, but it will work. But the depression and antidepressants, man, it'd be awesome that you got to come off of those. And that right there is motivation to keep going. A lot of people will want to do a 30 or a 90-day deal, fix all their issues, lose all their weight, and then go back to what got them in that position. It's about a lifestyle change. And once you start seeing that stuff, like coming off the antidepressants and dropping the weight, and like in my case, reversing type 2 diabetes, healing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, you know, I'm addicted to a CPAP machine. I don't have to have it anymore, but like I got so used to sleeping with it on that it's hard for me to go to sleep without having it on because I got used to it. But I don't need it. I don't stop breathing anymore. I don't have all that weight laying on me all night. So I mean the depression, I'm not trying. I used to. You can see the lights, and then that's one thing that I keep noticing. I'm like the lights off that's on over here, and the sun shining through the door back there. I used to have that blind like pulled shut. The lights are all off. I just didn't want to. I didn't want any part of the light. I wanted it to be as dark as it could possibly be. Even it's weird because I was noticing today, so depressed, and then that's depression is what it is. You don't want light. You don't want to be around people. I didn't go in public, any of that kind of stuff. Um, I even took like a little piece of duct tape and put it over the thermostat so that the reflection of the little thermostat coming out. I mean, it was just like light, just and it's so bright now. It's just awesome to see how things change, man. And seeing how the ketogenic, carnivore, even keto, I appreciate them. It's all the ketogenic spectrum, and some people find that great success on keto. Some have to tighten it up. Depending on your body, you figure out what works. It's all good. It all starts down the process of health. Um, hey, Megan, how are you? Hope everything's good today. Uh, yeah, thank you, Anna. Appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. Carnivore Quest is where it's at, though. Yeah, I would recommend if you're anybody in the chat, if you're not part of a group, try to jump in on Carnivore Quest. We got a lot of good people, and you'll find those people that you bond with. You might have one or two people in there that you get to know. Maybe somebody lives around you, or maybe you have a good trusted friend that you can open up to and talk about stuff that really wants to see your best interest, not want to see you become what they want you to be, but see you get healthy, and that'll help you out a ton too. So, I mean, join a group, jump in. And that's kind of too why I'm doing this, man. Not everybody's in Carnivore Quest, and some people, connect with me, or some people connect with, you know, Larry, or some connect with Cassie at different levels, and you get a message out. So it's all good. We're all part of the same family. We're just getting the message out in different ways, or reaching out in different ways to people, and each little subdivision of our community is building it up, not splitting it up. I don't want it to seem like that at all. We're all got the same focus in mind. Um, but and two, producing content. Like, I come up with stuff, but you guys feel more than welcome to share stuff that you want to see, or video ideas that you'd like to do. You can share that in the comments section down below the video or whatever. If you put it in the chat over here, I think the live chat will go away when the live chat stops, so I wouldn't see it there. Or you can comment in the group, either way, and and start researching or talking or thinking about that for future lives or videos, or just stuff like that. Um, the other important thing too is, you guys that have started out on this way, don't don't hold on to the benefits in your testimony. If you're slipping, and you're getting back, and you still seeing these benefits or whatever, share your, don't be afraid to share your experience with other people. you know I can assure you that we all slip, we all fail, we all, the one, if you're finding success, it's because you kept getting back up. It's not because you didn't fall. you know um so share your experiences with other people, and they're going to grab a hold of that. Yeah. Right. uh let's see. But as far as challenges, somebody in the group earlier had brought up a challenge about walking, and that kind of reminded me of the walking video that I placed it, and you guys. Um, so the weather's getting nice outside. It's getting close to a good time to start a challenge like that again. But anyway, share that. Leave your responses, suggestions, any questions or anything like that you guys have. Um, You can either leave them in the comments, post them here, and I'll try to talk to them for a second or two here. But if you can think of anything else, if not, just jump in the comments and leave your questions, and I try to respond to them here or there. Um, yeah, Kimmy. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Some people, well, I mean, you know yourself, like, we're not taught that eating meat gives you all the stuff that you need. So, um, the first reaction is always, well, is that healthy? Like, what kind of nutrients do you not get? What are you getting all the stuff that you need to, for your body, all the nutrients? Think of all the stuff you're not getting from all the fruits and the vegetables that are so healthy, you know? And I mean, that's what some of these lying doctors and nutritionists say. I mean, it's so ingrained in people that they think that there's some super special nutrient in plants that you can't get anywhere else, and that your body requires and needs. And that was one of the first things whenever I started listening to Doc Barry. I was like, this guy's nuts. He is crazy. But he knows his stuff and he explains it really well, and he gives you the scientific evidence, man. There's nothing in best fruits and vegetables that your body needs to survive. Nothing. So, I mean, that's definitely good. Let's see. Do I drink coffee? Yes, I do drink coffee. D. Uh, I didn't for, like I said, about 5 or 6 months when I started out on this. And then right after me and Larry did that interview and I got that coffee cup, I got ready to start working a different job, and I did start drinking coffee. I do drink it, and I drink it black. I don't put anything in it at all. I've never put anything in my coffee though. I never use creamer or sugar or none of that kind of stuff. So I'll go. There's a little like place called Be Well right here, not far from the house, and they have fresh coffee. And I'll go get the beans and grind it up and make it and drink it black. But yeah, I do. I drank that, and I started drinking the Topo Chico waters and the non-flavored. What is it? Let's see. The Topo Chico just mineral waters, non-flavored. I used to think they tasted yeah, like a flat a soft drink with no syrup in it is what I used to think it tasted like. But when I cut out all the sugar and sweeteners and all that kind of artificial stuff and started eating this way, then the Topo Chico, man, honestly, it tastes to me now like a Sprite or something used to taste, because it tastes like it's got that fizz. I guess maybe it's a mental thing. I don't know, but I love it. And I drink that, and I drink regular tap water with keto chow in it, the daily electrolytes. Um, that's what I started drinking. But so between those two, but I don't drink anything else. I don't ever drink sodas or flavored anything. Um, so definitely. Let's see what else we got. Uh, yeah, oxalate dumping. Yeah, that's a big thing. Somebody in the group not too long back had like a huge rash on their neck and face, and I ended up having to go to the doctor. And I'm pretty sure they found out that it was the oxalates causing it. It can be like an allergic reaction. It's basically getting that junk out of your body. And who was it? Somebody, Gail has had some problems in our group with oxalate dumping. She's had to look into that big time. It comes out. I had some oxalate dumping as far as like rashes on my legs, but it never got crazy. I couldn't figure out where the red stuff was. I had red rashes and urticaria on my legs, and I was like, my goodness, what is going on? But it eventually it just went away and cleared up. So definitely feel for you on that. Try to make sure and keep your electrolytes. And so I think what Gail did was she would drink a little bit of green tea or something that actually does have a little bit of oxalates in it, but not a lot, and just kind of like try to lighten the withdrawal symptoms of it. I know it sounds crazy, put more in when you're trying to get rid of them, but I mean, if it gets bad, you got to find a medium, some way. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, the plants are trying to kill us. uh, yeah, zero carb. Yeah, I mean, I used to, everybody laughed at the beginning whenever I started out because everybody would ask me, what kind of diet I was doing, and I'm like, yeah, I wasn't around anybody really at the time, but the people that I did talk to that would try to tell me this diet wasn't healthy, I would just tell them I was allergic to carbs. It's an allergy that I have, and you know, why would you offer me carbs? I'm allergic to it. It's going to cause a reaction. I'm allergic to them, so it definitely nobody wants to offer anybody that's allergic to something that product. So if you just got to understand that you're allergic to the carbs, which we are, is gonna affect us. So um, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Sally Norton got some stuff. I'm sure she does. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good suggestions. I always go first to Ken Berry and look up his stuff. He's got a video on almost anything that you can have a video on his YouTube. Um, if he doesn't, and his explanation is he doesn't do a lot of the like really specific niche topics just because of the way the algorithm or whatnot kills your videos whenever you don't get views on there. He usually covers them in his lives a lot of times that you can talk with him about. But he has videos on all kinds of things. And so, you can look on there and he'll give you like why you're stalling, a weight loss stall. And he's got 2 or 3 videos on that or whatever. But he's got one about everything. But not just Dr. Berry though. Dr. Berry has them, and they all have. Usually, they all have certain areas where they try to stay in. Dr. Berry's about as round as they come though. I know, who is it? I was researching the formulas because for those who like to track, I don't track, but some do, and I was researching like an easy way to be able to make a video about explaining how you track how much you need to eat specifically, um, and get that number pretty easy, and it's not really that difficult. Once I got to looking at it. But I mean, honestly, I just haven't. And I don't really plan to. But some people, that's a non-starter. They want to know, what is my macros? What is my projected, need base for? So I'll probably end up doing a video for that for those folks. Let's see here. How am I? The outrageous price? Yeah, eggs are crazy right now. Well, they have been crazy, I should say. Uh, that's all I eat: eggs and ribeyes. I just, like everybody else, I just bite the bullet and get them anyway. So I had a friend who had some chickens and was getting a bunch of eggs, and I got a little bit of a discount from her one time, and I look for that kind of stuff with my friends on Facebook or whatever. But yeah, I mean, ideally, it'd be awesome to just get some chickens and put them in the backyard or something, and start getting my own eggs. But I mean, at the end of the day, I have to just that's all I'm eating. And honestly, it's not that expensive. I mean, I don't know how much meat is where you guys are because it's different all over the United States and the world. But like I think ribeyes are $15 or $16 a pound here. But whenever that's all you eat, and I'm eating one ribeye and 4 eggs a day, I mean, you figure I'm eating for less than $20 a day, no matter how you look at it. So, um, it's really not. It's really not. Even eating steak and eggs every day is not that much more expensive than, or is not as expensive as what you would eat. Now, when you start adding in all the other stuff, like when you were on SAD, I mean, it can get crazy expensive. But whenever you're literally just like I'm going and I'm buying this meat and these eggs, or whatever your way is, if you just get something simple, you know, and don't lean into that variety, I guess you would say. I mean, if that's your thing and you need variety and you want to switch it up, that's you. But I like it just simple, man. And it's really just not that much more expensive for me to eat that way. Um, but they should come back down with these eggs and quit being ridiculous. Let's see. Yeah, I want to go see. I want to go to one of the shows where Dr. Barry and them get together at some point. That'd be awesome. Uh, but anyway, oh, I enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I'm glad this worked. It's been 46 minutes. First live is working out. At least we know it works. You know, I'm glad you guys were here and part of it today. Um, we'll plan on doing another one. Like I said, you guys tell your friends. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe thing, which I guess all of you are subscribed because you couldn't comment if you. Yeah, there's Larry right there. Look at my boys, or Cassie one. I can't tell. It's the Carnivore thing. That's my peoples. Um, but yeah, share it, get the word out. Maybe next time I can just go live from. There's Larry. Yeah, I got it, dude. Uh, maybe I can go live from my phone soon. I don't know, but it worked on here, so um, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know how to post the links to people like you can link. And I know Larry always does it in his videos. He's like, when you're coming to the end of his video, he's got a link right here. You know, but we'll get it all figured out. Larry's been giving me the inside scoops and the pointers on what I need to do, and so if it turns out to be successful and be anything, I have to give Larry the credit for it because he's helped me out a ton, telling me what the software. And I wish I had done it a year ago and listened to you, because he told me a year ago. He said just hit record and just start doing it. And I was like, man, I can't talk to a computer. I can't talk to a phone. But here we are. It just wasn't my time, I guess, buddy. But I appreciate Larry. I love Larry. He's family, man. And I'm figuring it out too. That's me too, brother. I'm telling you, I'm still learning. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm dang sure not where I was. Oh, let's see if I can do it back. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's working good. Yeah, it's been pretty good. There we go. No, I'm hitting buttons and it's making funny noises at me. I don't want to do that. Let's go back to let's not touch the buttons. But yeah, everything worked pretty well. Everything's going good. I guess is it too loud, or can you hear it okay? I've been talking for I've been talking for 48 minutes. I guess I should have asked that. Is it quiet or loud or anything like that? Yes, it's to the webcam. It's on my laptop. Okay, awesome, good deal. What done this is your ribeye turnout. Oh, my ribeye. Yeah, so awesome. Thank you guys. So my ribeyes, like I said, I explained earlier. I'll usually have them about medium rare is how they turn out. Like I said, Larry did the showed me how to do that when we did our interview together. And you put it 225 for 22 minutes, and then throw it on the grill and brown it. I mean, if you want it a little bit more done, just brown it a little more. But I like mine with some moo left in them. So sometimes I'll rip them out a little early and throw them on the grill. But I mean, you can basically, when you're browning it, get them done a little more if you'd like. But 22 minutes at 225 in the oven, and then throw them on the grill. And I've never had them better way. Larry turned me onto that, and I've been doing it ever since. So, like every week. So it's awesome. But like I said, it's awesome. I'm glad you guys joined. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here and let you guys do whatever it is. It's about lunchtime now, so uh, enjoyed you guys being here. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, share, like it, come back to see us, and stay part of it. And I appreciate you guys coming and being part of the first thing. I know it was a lot of rambling and a lot of figuring stuff out, but it was fun, man. I enjoy interacting with you guys like this. So uh, you guys hang out and whatever, give it a like and a share. And if you got any questions or comments or concerns, just leave them in the video or in the group or whatever. And we will definitely see y'all next time. I appreciate you. Love you guys. Y'all take care.